Welcome back to lecture series in circuits and networks. So today we are going to discuss about problems and how we can solve the problems, network problems by using Laplace technique or frequency domain analysis. In last class we did the derivation of an RL circuit. I hope everybody watched that last video. If so, I think you all know that how we can derive the current equation or voltage equation in an RL circuit by using frequency domain analysis. And also we know that how we can represent inductor, capacitor, resistor, such things in S domain analysis. So an easy representation is there. You don't need to apply KVL and obtain differential equation. And then actually initially you have to develop a differential equation and then you have to convert that differential equation into S domain. Instead of that, some simplification will be there if you are applying this technique. That is, there are some models, standard models. Instead of inductor, we can represent Ls. Instead of capacitor, we can represent 1 by Cs. Such things are there. We discussed all those things in last class. So I hope everybody know that. Now we are just revising that topics of a representation of inductor for your for your reviewing. I am just recapping that topics only. Okay. So this is an inductor circuit. This is an inductor circuit. In this, a current is there I of t and a voltage is applied V of t. Both are in time domain and an inductor is there L. So if we apply this voltage across this inductor, we know this will be the voltage equation because no other components are there. We applied voltage is equal to voltage developed across the inductor. Voltage developed across the inductor is equal to L di by dt. Normal inductor equation, inductor voltage equation. So V of t is equal to L di by dt. Now I am directly applying Laplace transform. V of t is transformed as V of s. L is L itself. Di by dt is S I of s minus I0. It's a standard expression. Conversion of differential equation. Di by dt is a differential form. So its Laplace is SIS minus I0. If I am opening this bracket, we will get LSIS minus I0 into L. Up to this, I hope it's there in the last class. That's why I am going with some more acceleration. So if you are having any doubts, you can check with the last video. Okay. So I am representing this thing. V of s is equal to this. So I am representing that in a figure, circuit, equivalent circuit. Applied voltage V of s, that is equal to Ls I of s. So I of s is the current that is multiplied with Ls. Current into some impedance form. This will give some voltage. And here also current into some, okay. Anyhow, current into some inductor value because we have to think that as the left side is a voltage, both elements in the right side will be also voltage. So this will be a I0. 0 means initial. So this represents initial voltage condition V0. Anyhow, this portion, first portion can be represented as current I of s passing through Ls. So Ls is nothing but the impedance of that inductor. Ls is nothing but impedance of that inductor. In normal circuit, you can represent just by an inductor, L into I of t. But in such a circuit, you have to show Ls because its equation says like that. As the equation is in this form, we are drawing like this. That is the concept. Ls into Is. And then here you can see the polarity is negative. Why the polarity is negative? If polarity is positive, this I of s current should enter at plus. As the polarity is negative, this I of s current should enter at minus. That's why negative polarity is given at the top side. Is it okay? Yes. So Li0 is the initial voltage. As it is an initial voltage, I am representing it with a voltage source. Okay, these things are there in the circuit. If Li0 is absent, initial current is absent, what happened? This portion will not be there in the circuit. Vs is equal to Is into Ls. Okay. Anyhow, this is the thing you want to note very clearly in your mind, that Wherever you are seeing an inductor in time domain circuit, in its corresponding frequency domain circuit, you have to connect L into S, because impedance in frequency domain or reactance, inductive reactance or impedance of an inductor in frequency domain is represented as L into S. Okay, this is the basic thing you have to keep in mind. If initial conditions are there, you have to connect this also. If initial condition is not given or initial current is 0, you have to connect only Ls for an inductor. If initial current is there, you have to connect an additional voltage source also with that equivalent circuit. Is it okay? So please conclude. Whenever you are seeing an inductor in time domain circuit, if you want to convert that time domain circuit into frequency domain circuit, you have to draw Ls instead of that L in frequency domain circuit. And also, if initial conditions are there, you have to connect an additional voltage source with opposing polarity. Is it okay? Okay. Further things you will get more clarity while we are doing some problems. Okay. Don't get much confused. Okay. So this is the first question. This is the first question that we are analyzing in this area. This area means frequency domain analysis. Also, already we are done some similar problems in time domain analysis, where we are developing differential equation and we are solving the same differential equation by using conventional mathematical methods. Okay. Okay. This is 10 volt. So this is the circuit. In the circuit, you can see a switch, because generally switching problems are dealing in such case. RL circuit, RC circuit, frequency domain analysis. In all those things, we are generally discussing switching problems. So the switch is having two position 1 and position 2. And here also a 1 ohm resistor is there. 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 1 Henry. It's a simple problem. Okay. This is the question. The switch S is moved from position 1 to 2 at t is equal to 0. Find the I of t for t greater than 0. So initial condition is provided. At t is equal to 0, switch was at some other position. Exactly at t is equal to 0, switch is moved to a new position. Okay, so we are going to doing this problem. Switch S is moved from position 1 to position 2 at t is equal to 0. Find I of t for t greater than 0. So initially the switch was connected to position 1 from, this is the instant of switching, t is equal to 0. This may be just after switching, 0 plus. This may be just before switching, 0 minus. The difference between these instants are very, very small, microseconds. That's why we can say these three time periods are very, very, very close. Okay, please keep that in mind. And this is negative infinity. This is going to positive infinity. Suppose I know the switch is connected to position 1 from negative infinity, because we are going to consider only time of switching, t is equal to 0. But from negative infinity up to that instant, the switch is connected to position 1. So for all these time, switch is in position 1. What is the condition of position 1? In position 1, in negative infinity, sometime I don't know what happened at negative infinity. Sometime I hope position 1 and position 2 are there, but at negative infinity, initially the switch may not be connected to 1 or 2, neither connected to 1 nor connected to 2. This may also happen. And at negative infinity, it may connected to position 1. So some disturbance happens. Suppose at negative infinity, switch may be initially open. This is concept. Don't use these things in your exam papers. I am trying to explain you in more detail. That's only. Okay. So at negative infinity, suppose this may happen. switch may be at an open position. So open position means current is equal to 0. And on that switch, we know at that time inductor is here, resistor is here, everything is here, but switch is in open position. Even though battery is there, but the switch is at negative infinity, switch is not connected to 1 or 2. So at that time, current may be 0. And from negative infinity, then switch is connected to position 1, and based on RL circuit knowledge, you know that current gradually increases to some steady value. And this value is V by R. Such things are there in our previous lecture, lecture number 16, not lecture number 15. So this is the current condition. Up to this time, the current is gradually increasing and the current will reach a steady value V by R. This is known as steady state. This time is very, very small, within small seconds, within a small time, in milliseconds, generally this may happen. Current will reach in steady state. But our condition is happening after that only. Suppose this may be t is equal to 0. This is negative infinity, this is t is equal to 0. What I want to convey is, even though a switching happens at t is equal to 0, but before a long time, the resistor and inductor circuit is in steady state. So, inductor is enjoying steady state from negative infinity. There was some disturbance very close to negative infinity. There may not. I don't know what was the initial condition. Whether it was like this or like this. Whatever it may be, if inductor is initially connected to voltage source, it will attain its steady state. Steady state value is, current value is V by R. We will check that. We will do that V by R in the problem. Anyhow, it will be in steady state. That is pakka sure. It will be in steady state. Steady state means we can represent an inductor as a, in steady state means, please check the equation, current value steady state, V by R. Is there any effect of inductor? No. That means in steady state, inductor behaves as a short circuit. Not like this. Inductor behave as a short circuit. We know that. This is the condition initially. Inductor behave as a short circuit. Short circuit means, inductor behave as a short circuit means the current value in the inductor is, how we can calculate current value in the inductor? Is it 0? No. Because inductor behave as a short circuit, but this current value is nothing but V by R. Okay, this is the knowledge you should have previously while attempting this problem. How we can represent an inductor in steady state? How we can represent an inductor in transient period if current is 0? If current is 0, you can represent it as an open circuit. Okay, like that. Okay. So I hope these things are clear. If you are having doubts, no issues, please refer our lecture number 15. Everything is there. Everything related to inductor that you need to attempt the problems from the entire subjects are covered in those videos, lecture 15, 16 and 17, those area. But don't by heart anything. Some people mugs like inductor at switching inductor is equivalent to a open circuit. At steady state, inductor is equivalent to a short circuit. Not like that. At steady state, inductor is equivalent to a short circuit. But at switching, we have to check whether there is a source or not. If source is not there, like this, at t is equal to 0, you want to close the circuit, then it is correct. At t is equal to 0, the inductor is open circuit because no current is there before switching. So, just after switching also, inductor will not carry any current. So, inductor is equivalent to open circuit. Main thing you have to keep in mind is that for inductor, I0 minus is equal to I0 is equal to I0 plus. This is the point, this is the concept. Remaining things you have to take from your mind. This should be there in your mind, because inductor will not permit sudden change in current. If current is what was the current just before instant, that will be the current just after switching also. These three instants will carry same current in inductor. But in capacitor, this is applicable for voltage, because capacitor will not permit sudden change in voltage. So V0 minus is equal to V0 is equal to V0 plus for capacitor. That is the concept. And based on this knowledge, you have to check what is I0 minus. And then you have to place short circuit or open circuit. Otherwise, mistakes will happen. If you are mugging up, mistakes will be happen. But you should keep this thing at steady state. Inductor is equivalent to a open circuit. Why? This is the case. At steady state, inductor current is equal to V by R for a RL circuit. No effect for inductor. That's why you are saying it is equivalent to a open circuit. Okay, now come back to our problem. These are the things you should be able to remain or able to analyze before attending this problem. In problematic subjects, don't try to by heart. If you are by hearting, you will get only theory marks. You will not get any marks from the problems. And that may lead to failure in the subject, because 60% of questions are appearing from problems. Nearby 60% of questions are coming from the problem. So this is clear now. From negative infinity to 0 minus, from negative infinity to 0 minus, I know as it is connected to position 1, the inductor is in a steady state. So I want to find what value of current at that steady state. And that will be the initial current. That will be the initial current for t is equal to 0. So I am going to draw an equivalent circuit. So from this only you need to write for exam. Up to this, I was trying to make you memorize about what we learned earlier. Step 1, to find I0 minus. This is the condition. Switch is closed at 1 ohm resistor is there, and 1 ohm inductor is there, but I have to replace it with a open circuit or short circuit. We will check. This is the condition. So at t is equal to 0 minus. At t is equal to 0 minus, initially switch was connected to 1. And it is steady state, because from negative infinity to this instant, they are in the same position. So inductor will reach steady state. In steady state, we can replace inductor with a short circuit. In steady state, we can replace inductor with a short circuit. First thing, this analysis is always conducted in time domain itself. Time domain itself. No need to apply frequency domain analysis for I0, because it is very simple. No such complicated solution or such things happening is here. So I am going to replace the inductor with a short circuit. Now tell me, what is the current equation? I0 minus. I0 minus is equal to voltage by resistance, 10 by 1, 10 ampere. So I0 minus is 10 ampere. That should be equal to I0, and that should be equal to I0 plus. Why? Why? Because inductor will not permit sudden change in current. These three instances are very close, so current in the three instances will be same. So initial current is equal to 10 ampere. Keep it in mind. Now, second step. Step 2. What is step 2? What is step 2? In step 2, you have to apply S-domain analysis. So step 2 indicates time greater than 0. So I will draw the circuit here. Please check. Greater than 0 means these 1 ohm, this 1 ohm inductor, 1 ohm resistor, and the 1 Henry inductor are connected to position 2. That is 1 ohm resistor also. Position 2. This is the condition. And I want to apply in S domain. S domain analysis means there is two methods, basically two methods. You can write the differential equation in time domain and you can convert that to frequency domain by using Laplace transform. Another method is there. You can directly apply the model, S domain model. We know that for resistor it is R itself in both time domain and frequency domain. For inductor, its reactance is L in time domain, but it is Ls in frequency domain. So I am applying the second method. Inductor is Ls. Ls mean 1 Henry into S. This is the representation in frequency domain. This is S domain model. S domain model. Now apply KVL. Now apply KVL in S domain model t greater than 0. For KVL, I am taking some direction. So, as it is a resistor, take plus where the arrow mark is entering. So, okay, this current is I of S in as it is in S domain. So, I of S into 1 ohm plus I of S into 1 ohm plus I of S into Ls. Okay. Is there anything else? I made a small mistake here. Is there anything else? Please revise. In today's class, at the first session, I told you how we have to represent a RL circuit in. How we can represent an RL circuit in? Tell me. S domain. If LSIS is its impedance, its initial voltage is represented as L into I0. L into I0. Please refer the first area of today's class. L into I0. So, we have to add some initial voltage also because initial current is there. So, we have to represent an initial voltage also. Where plus minus? Where is the position of polarity? Plus where, negative where? Yeah, please think. In equation, what was the equation? V of S is equal to Ls Is minus I0L. Is it correct? Minus I0L. LSIS is nothing but impedance into current. So that is a voltage. I0L is nothing but initial current into inductance. It will represent the initial voltage. From this only we are deriving this condition. So whenever inductor is there, we have to replace with both these things. If initial current is there, I have to add this also. So in this problem, initial current is there. So as negative is here, we have to add minus at the top side and positive polarity at the bottom side. And its value is I0 into L. I0 is 10 ampere. I0 is 10 ampere and L is equal to 1. Okay. So let me complete the KVL. Is into 1 plus Is into 1 plus ISLS minus 10, okay, minus 10 is equal to 0. This is the KVL. So IS 2 I of s plus I of s L s, not LS, L is 1. So LS is equal to 1 into S. So I can avoid this L. That is equal to 10. So if I am taking I of s outside, 2 plus S is equal to 10. So I of s is equal to 10 by S plus 2 is one answer. Then third step, apply Laplace inverse to find L inverse, I of t. I of t is equal to L inverse of I of s, that is equal to L inverse of 10 by S plus 2, 1 by S plus a e raised to minus at, 1 by S plus 2 e raised to minus 2t, 10 is constant, that is equal to 10 into e raised to minus 2t. This is the I of t for t greater than 0. So this is the answer. I think I made something very I explained some portions bit largely because I think you may lose some basic idea because we were leaving this topic before some 5 or 6 classes back in time domain analysis. That's why I made I touched all the areas regarding RL circuit in initial time. So the thing you should be very careful that before entering to the problem, you should be very clear about the representation of an inductor in steady state, transient period, such things. Otherwise, there is no shortcuts for doing this problem. Make your ideas and concepts clear. That is the one and only method that you have to apply to do such a problem with confidence. So build your confidence in such a way that you should make your basics strong. For that, please refer lecture 15, 16, 17, etc. Okay, hope you enjoyed this session. We'll see you in the next class. Thank you.